Hello and welcome to another episode of A Bright Side. Today we're at Marazion because although we have been to St Michael's Mount many times, we've never taken you guys. So let's go check it out. Okay, a little bit of a rush to get to where we need to be because the tide is in. So we've got to get the boat across. And we've actually pre-booked our boat for 10:30 in the morning. It's 25 past now, so we've got 5 minutes. Should be fine. Who knew that you could just book online the boat over to St Michael's Mount? I never knew that. AJ's very excited to get on a boat. Matilda, Tilly, are you excited to get on a boat and go over to the? I was going to say the Isles of Scilly. I refilmed the intro because I said, welcome to Marazion, blah, blah, blah. We're going to take you to a place we've never taken you guys before, the Isles of Scilly. And I thought, hang on a minute, that's St Michael's Mount. So I deleted that one.
I would not be excited about that boat.
Oh, what, that's going over on the Slolian? Yeah, well, luckily, we don't need to go over on the Slolian to there. Okay, we are on Chapel Rock. We're going to get our boat, which I've stated we have pre-booked for 10:30. It's probably around about 10:30 now, so nice view though of the mount from here. Look at that. Okay, we're on board. Looks like the boat is called the Clemency. All right. All right, thank you.
Hey, welcome.
Nice one. Okay, we did it. You ready? Shot my hand? Here we go. And there he goes for another group of visitors. Right, if you ever wanted to know what Marazion looked like from St Michael's Mount, here it is. So just here on like the harbour wall, the sea wall, there's a plaque here that says Victoria, as in Queen Victoria visited the mount. It says visited this mount September 6, 1846. Somewhere where's Queen Victoria, because there's things here somewhere, isn't it? Her footprint. And it's like diddle. Let's see if we can find Queen Victoria's footprint. I can't remember, it's been a while since we've been here. We were just trying to work it out. AJ was like a baby in arms, so it's been 5 years since we've been over here. Like I said, we have visited many times over the course of the years, being locals. But yeah, it's been a while, and we certainly haven't been over here while we've been vlogging, so it's the first time we've taken you guys here. And I really can't remember where Victoria's footstep is. I'm sure we'll find it somewhere. It's like isn't it like a little gold plaque or something? Or bronze or brass, something like that, isn't it? We'll find it at some point. We've come to the end of the harbour. That is where you walk down to get the causeway, but it's gated off at the minute because causeway, obviously as the tide's in. So, right, we've got to recheck our tickets again. Just checking out the old post box here. VR. That's from Victoria. Look at that. So AJ's like running around having lost all sense. He's got like, he's like gone berserk. You're looking at the map with Matilda, aren't you?
Yeah.
So the process for getting here, particularly in the summer season, I understand it has changed quite a lot, hasn't it, in recent times?
You have to book online now.
Yeah.
So in the description, we'll make sure we put the link to the website so that if you're interested in coming, you can book. It will automatically tell you if the time you're aiming to get here needs a boat.
Right.
So it will encourage you to book a boat.
Yes.
Obviously, you need to have prepaid for your boat to get the boat to the island.
Yeah.
So if you're coming at a point in which the tide is up, like us, so high tide, then you can't walk across the causeway.
No, no.
But later on, and we'll walk back later and we'll show you.
Yeah, I was going to say the tide will be out when we walk back, so we'll walk back along the causeway.
So there are times where you can walk it, but there are times where you need to book a boat.
Yeah, and how much roughly was it?
So I am a national.
You're a member, aren't you? But
so
I'm
it didn't cost me
not.
anything, but it cost for one adult and two children.
Yeah.
Plus the boats for all four of us.
Yeah.
£48.60.
Right. Okay. So yeah. All right. Whereas before, like, come on, Age, get it together, man. Whereas before, you could actually just come over, couldn't you? And you only ever used to pay for the castle, and you could just stroll around the mount, like free of charge, couldn't you? But in the last sort of couple of years, the National Trust have really tightened up on that. You have to now pay.
Post-COVID, things got tight and
maybe, yeah. So much was blamed on COVID. We have our course. We've decided what we're going to do. Basically, we were talking about whether we do the gardens first or the castle. We've opted to do the castle first. Right, some lovely little houses here, I believe. Some of them are lived in still. You do get residents. It always used to be, I understood it, it used to be the rule that you had to be born here to live here. I don't know if that's kind of like the case anymore. I kind of doubt that.
It'd be quite hard to be born here now, I would suggest.
Well, yeah, but I mean born of a family here, if you know what I mean. I don't mean like born, I mean that would have been historically the case, but you know what I mean. Nice though, nice little houses. Okay, we might just have a little look in the, oh no, get the map! Might have a little look in the barge house. Oh, automatic door, that's very posh, I like that. Yeah, there's quite a lot, there's a lot of history here, a lot of history. I mean, look like this, for example, the mount has not always been a tidal island. Until 2000 BC, it was surrounded by woodland. But yeah, it is, there's a huge amount of...
There's been Benedictine monks here since 1135.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their footprint, but I couldn't see it quickly. We'll try and find it in a minute. A bit of information about the castle. It states there the castle has been a monastery, a military fortification and a family home through its history. Okay, interesting little room where facts and stuff like that about the mount, the castle and the gardens and all of its history. Not a unique place, of course, because you do have Saint-Michel in Normandy over in France, but it was the same Benedictine sect, wasn't it? It was the same group of monks that...
This mount
does
get completely cut off.
Oh yeah, this is a complete island. Saint-Michel is never fully, even though the tide comes in, it's never fully cut off, which is interesting. Have you ever been to Saint-Michel? I was going to say, I've never been with you. I've been before, but that was some, like, BS before Shelley. My life, BS. We are walking up here past, oh, it looks like it's called the Harbour Loft now. It used to be called the Sail Loft restaurant many years ago. Now it's called the Harbour Loft. Fun fact, I did work experience from school in here. I used to get the boat across every morning, and I did work experience in what used to be the Sail Loft, but now it's called the Harbour Loft. Right, we can see tippy top of the castle way up there. We've got a bit of a hike ahead of us, but we're prepared. We're prepared. What did that used to be? Was that like a dairy? There was like a dairy in there, if I remember rightly. I can't remember. Beautiful, beautiful views there from up here, looking back toward the mainland. Okay, we were going to look in there, but we've kind of just been ushered in this direction by the employees. who needed to see the tickets again. What the heck? I suppose because you can just get garden only tickets, so I suppose they're just double checking that you've got the castle and garden.
Virtual tour. So as you go around, there's little QR codes that you can to get more information.
Right, okay. Right. The Pilgrim's Steps. Okay, this is gonna be arduous. The kids are doing well. We were just laughing at the last time we walked up here. Tilly was 3, wanted to be carried. AJ was a baby in arms. Oh, I remember that well. That was a workout. Okay, so the kids were handed a map thing, like a trail, and then they put the stickers on when they found all the bits and pieces. Nice.
We found the Giant's Well.
Yeah, and again, there's another one of those QR codes over there. We'll give you a little bit more information about the Giant's Well.
So according to the virtual tour information, the Giant's Well was the only source of water for the castle. There are a number of natural springs on the island, and these supplied water for the island until it was connected to the mains about 100 years ago. And it takes its name from the giant called Cormoran, who once lived in a cave at the top of the rock.
Not cormorant.
No, Cormoran.
Cormoran.
Yes, and later on in the journey, we're going to find his heart.
Yeah. Little bench here if you get tired and you want a break. Okay, we've come across the Giant's Heart.
Where is the Giant's Heart? Here, but why is it not over there?
They would struggle to put the big sign.
Giant's Heart. I always thought it was this place that you put your head to and you could listen to the Giant's Heart.
No, I thought that was Cranbray. That you could hear the heart in the monument.
Maybe. Okay, it's not that bad. I remember coming here on a school trip back in the 1980s, mid-80s, something like that. And I remember as a little kid running up those stairs, those steps, having a little look around there with my sort of like assigned group. We were all like split up. Okay, made it up to this little area. Is it like a buttress? Something like that, with some cannon. It's the castle up there. Our national flag. Looking amazing. Now, looking back up there, somewhere up there, a photographer back in the 1950s took a photograph of HMS Warspite. I've mentioned the Warspite a few times on the channel because she was broken up just off of St Michael's Mount. She was lying out there. What I'll do in a minute is I'll try and get that vantage point and kind of marry up the pictures. Okay, so I'm just standing on this little rocky promontory, looking down there. I think the angle's about right. I'm not actually looking directly at the photograph now because I'm filming off of my phone. I will marry up that photo and kind of insert it in so you can see exactly where the Warspite was lying when she was being broken up back in the 50s. Right there. Actually, I think just quickly looking at the photo, I think it might have been a bit higher up. Let me just come up to this little promontory up here a minute. And we'll try and get a better angle. Maybe it was on these steps here. Yeah, I think that's a little bit more like it. So from here, let me put that photo of the Warspite back in. You can see the Warspite out there being broken up. What a shame. I know she was badly damaged. She had a huge, she was an old ship. Needed a lot of maintenance. It was obviously post-World War II. Britain didn't have any money. And the decision was made to scrap it. But what a shame, because she would have made for a fine museum ship. Right, we're going to head up into the castle. We'll have a little look inside. Look at that geek thing. I don't know if it's like a water butt or something. 1784, I bet that. Huh. Okay, heading in. Bit of a wind tunnel here. Very windy. Alright. There's a few little bits and pieces there. on the wall. So we're not allowed to touch anything, but we can take photos and film as long as there is no flash involvement. So I'm not obviously I haven't got the flash setting on, so we're good. Cannon in there. All right, it's very, very crowded. I don't know how much information I'm going to be able to relay to you guys. Nice fireplace. Do you reckon we should get a family crest designed and then put over our fireplace? That'd be amazing. They could have built this castle a bit bigger. The corridor just leads out to this little picturesque window that will... Oh, it's starting to rain. Oh, good job we came in. All right, with a little views down there. Difficult to pick up on the camera. Okay, again, very, very difficult to film because there are huge amounts of people shuffling their way through, so apologies. Like I just said, I'm not going to be able to give you a huge amount of info because there's no time really to stop and read anything, which is a bit of a shame. Nice fireplace. I think that would look lovely in our house. Oh, he's a fine-looking gentleman, isn't he? Yes, yes, very nice. Very nice. Nice hat. Oh, look at her. Oh yes, I could see myself sitting here and relaxing in front of a nice fire. Very pleasant indeed. Yeah. The Chevy Chase dining room. I don't know why it's called the Chevy Chase room, but ain't she a beaut, Clark? Look at the ceiling up there, it's amazing. I reckon we could have like dinner here, don't you think? Look at him. Sir Roger Townsend. Oh, a bit glared out there, but yeah. This religious window there. Got the big cheese there in the middle. Alright, nice. Imagine that with your view while you're consuming a formal dinner in here. Okay. Head into the next extremely crowded room. Right, it's actually way too crowded in this room. We're actually going to head out. You can head out of here and go out onto like the ramparts.
Told you it was raining.
Oh yeah, excellent. It is raining. Okay, try and find a little bit of shelter. This is basically like a rooftop area. Obviously nice and quiet out here because everyone's indoors. But beautiful, beautiful view here. You've got the church over there, and this is of great interest because I did mention HMS Warspite a minute ago. Now this teak was actually made from the wood of HMS Warspite, or the teak wood rather came from HMS Warspite. You know what I'm saying? And there is a sister bench to this in Morab Gardens in Penzance. That one, however, because it's in a public space, is not in a very good condition at all. It's been vandalised a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. So this is definitely the one that is in good condition. But this wood made up part of, I assume, like the decking of HMS Warspite. There you go. Okay, Mama Bear is making a beeline for the church. Let's get a bit of refuge because it is a little bit wet. But again, lovely views. Looking down here, really, whatever the weather, there's no way that you can say that the views are bad at all. Look at that. And this way then, looking back toward the harbour, and you can see the causeway. You can just about see the causeway. It's not too long now before it's before the tide is out. You'll be able to walk back to the mainland. Okay, I've lost Shellbell and the kids. I don't know where they are. I'm lost on St. Michael's Mount. Okay, there they are, heading into the church. The pew opens up and there is access to a dungeon. I remember seeing it years ago when I was on that school trip back in the 1980s. Okay, we're just taken a seat. We've just taken a pew. And we could have... Now that dungeon I mentioned is over there. I'll try and get a bit closer in a minute. Yeah, there it is. I do distinctly remember going down there. It's obviously not open to the public now, But yeah, it was kind of creepy down there, if I remember rightly. There's any like pictures online I can find. I don't know, like any photos online that I can insert in now. Interesting. That's the Archangel Saint-Michel striking down the devil. That is a pretty big organ. Okay, let's head back out. Hopefully the rain has subsided. Hopefully. Right, heading back inside now. Okay, hitting the crowds. I might get like a marble bust commissioned of me and kind of put inside like our house. That would be amazing.
As well as other royal visits you can see in those photos just there. Queen Victoria came.
So Queen Victoria sat on there?
She did indeed.
All right.
Came unannounced. Unfortunately, the family were away at the time. The housekeeper had the honour of entertaining them, and she had tea with the Queen just here, while Prince Albert was in the church playing the organ.
Okay, that was very cool to think that Queen Victoria herself, back in 1843, I believe that was the date, sat on that chair. That's mind-blowing. And she was unannounced, so the family weren't around. And the housekeeper had to entertain. Imagine being the housekeeper and you had to entertain Queen Victoria. Okay, let's head down these steps. Oh my goodness. Imagine wearing all that. Ridiculous. I suppose if it was the style of the time, you could go down there, a bit's roped off. You've got this like corridor here that leads. You lead down to like I think it goes down to like the tunnel. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I say tunnel. I don't know what officially it would be called, but there's like a tunnel. You'll see what I mean in a minute. We'll get there in a sec. Imagine knocking that off. It's probably fixed or a fake. You can have a look here down at the old like staircase there. Obviously blocked off now. Yes, this is the bit I mean. So the garrison room we'll go left, but that's the tunnel I'm talking about. So let's head into the garrison room. A few items here on display, like a breastplate. There's some sword spine, a little bit backlit there with the sun coming through, states there. 17th century. And then through to the 18th. Like pistols at dawn, isn't it? And then the 19th century. Look at these like shillelaghs or like battens or whatever they are. Very dangerous. 20th century. So interesting. Ooh, parachute regiment, like beret there. Let's have a look out here. Again, another fantastic view out into Mounts Bay.
Camel. Yes.
This like very cool samurai costume. How amazing is that? Look, he's got like a big bow there, look, with his arrow. Alright. And then we have this dude. Look at him. So the steps that we filmed a minute ago, we were looking up there, looking down at this spiral steps. Photograph there of like the boatman or whatever. 1883 states there. Alright, nice. So here we go. It's definitely way too crowded really to enjoy, isn't it?
Well, it's busy.
It's busy. Hey Jason, how do you get out? Very heroic picture. Look at him there with his sword. A little bit glared out there, but you get the general idea. Okay, it's starting to rain again. Back out of these cannons. Little tiny ones they are. have it, that is the interior sections of the castle that you are allowed to go in. Obviously the family is still like in residence, so there's loads of, I don't know how often they're here, to be honest, probably not that often, but they obviously have their private areas of the castle that they live in and they don't allow you access to, which is fair enough. But all the public areas, yeah, we did it. Well, shall we, so obviously we'll head back down now, shall we, I was going to say, get a bit of lunch or like a coffee, something like that, before doing the gardens?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Right, I'm going to put the camera down because it is actually quite treacherous now. I want to concentrate on my footing. So we'll see you guys in a minute. Down there. Right, made it back down to the bottom. Let's see if this is open, which it is. This is where I wanted to come a minute ago, but again, we were ushered straight through by the guide. So let's have a little look in here. I'm sure it's like a dairy or something like that. Yeah. It's like the Oculus. Interesting. So actually, what's quite nice is there's no one in here, because everyone's just being ushered up the steps up there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like the dairy, wasn't it, or something like that, or like a.
Definitely giving dairy vibes.
Yeah, it is definitely giving. Yeah, it's nice and cold, isn't it? Yeah. And echoey. Yeah, look up above, kids, at the roof. It's cool, isn't it? Yeah. Right, should we go grab a bite to eat? It's probably like lunchtime. I expect it's going to be very busy, so we'll have to see what the availability is. What is the time?
5 to 12.
5 to 12. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to see what sort of like availability there is in the restaurant. So, I don't know, we'll see. We'll make our way there and see what's going on. Okay, as expected, quite a big line to get in. There are some people risking it outside because it is spitting with rain. So I'm assuming there's no indoor seating, so we're just gonna have to see. Might have to be like a sandwich in our hand or something and whatnot. We might be tableless during this experience. Okay, we've made it in. Again, very busy. It is like a little grab and go. Okay, I don't know where their pastas are from. They're very small. Some of the sandwiches look quite nice, actually. All right, I think we've just picked up a pasta each, just to keep it simple. Okay, we literally cannot get out of the cafe. I know it's a bank holiday Monday, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, what was not helping was large amounts of people congregating at the exit, refusing to leave because it's wet. You know, it's wet, you've just got to go on with it. But yeah, that was a little bit annoying, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so 4 packets of crisps, 2 pastas, 2 sausage rolls, and 2 little treats here for the kiddos. £26 and change. Be interested to see where these pastas are made. They're like not in a branded bag. A little bit greasy. Feel a little bit greasy, but to be fair, they have been sat in a hot plate. So we'll see what they're like. What's it like?
I've just had a
You've
big
just got
mouthful
pastry.
of pastry at the moment.
Okay. Oh dear, we have a problem. It's all stuck to the bottom of the bag. Okay, this isn't good. There's the bottom of my pasty. I'm gonna have to eat this pasty upside down. Can't really see on the what would be the top. Looks okay. Obviously a very, very small pasty for nearly £6. But all right, let's give it a go. You know, actually, taste-wise, it's actually not a bad pasty taste-wise, is it?
No, it's okay.
I've definitely tasted worse. I would be interested to see who makes these. It's quite nicely seasoned. Half decent amount of meat so far, that I can see. Oh. It's just a shame I'm having to eat it upside down. I mean, would I have another one? Well, I suppose ultimately if I was desperate. It's not too bad. It's just very expensive, so it's definitely not worth £6. Crikey. The crimp isn't like baked, a little bit raw in the middle. Yeah. It's like I said, it's all right. Like I said, the insides actually taste all right. I wouldn't pay £6 for it. Like I said, I think the more I'm like eating this pasty, the less I'm liking it.
I mean, you crossed
All right.
the ocean to eat it.
Crossed an ocean.
So you were bound to be slightly overexcited initially.
Yeah, we'll get rid of that bit. Not great. Just in a matter of hours, 2 or 3 hours, tide is out. Causeway is open. There's a lot of people. This just leads around the back. You can access the gardens from here. But yeah, there it is. There's the tide out. Interesting. Yeah, so this is the green, kind of walk around the island in that general direction. And a couple of years ago, all this field was taken up with like big tents where all the crew were working on the prequel to Game of Thrones. So this is actually a filming location of the House of Dragons, I think it was called, wasn't it? I never actually saw that show, but parts of it were filmed here on St Michael's Mount. We did cast the camera. Actually, we were over on the mainland and we took some photos because I don't think you could visit, obviously, while they were filming. And we did get some footage of the tents and all laid out here. They had some scaffold and everything set around the other side where they were doing some exterior filming and stuff, like, you know, on location. I'll try and find that video and leave a link in the description if you want to see it. But it was interesting to see. Right, I'm thirsty. Let's head back here a minute and meet up with Shelley and the kids and solve that issue of thirst. And then we'll have a little look around the gardens. We're all done with our lunch. We are now gonna have a little stroll around the island. When you say like we pay for the garden,
There is like a proper...
like a little walled garden around that way, isn't it? Is that what we've like got access to?
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, just walk around the island. The kids are enjoying the openness of this field. Shelley and I were just talking about it. It has been a very crowded day. We've enjoyed being back on St Michael's Mount. It's been a few years since we've been here, but we kind of agreed that we haven't enjoyed the crowds, that's for sure. But then, you know, ultimately, you know, hands up, it is a bank holiday Monday, so we did expect it to be busy, but it is very busy. Just be aware of that if you are planning a visit. It's easier for us locals, I suppose we can come pretty much any time off season. So bear that in mind. If you're local, I would steer clear of the public holidays. And just from this like grassy field, got a lovely view, very different view of the castle. You don't often see it from this sort of angle. Nice.
Complete with scaffolding.
I was going to say, there's some scaffolding up there, yeah. We've had to show our ticket again to prove that we've paid for the garden access, which is up there. Interesting here, just on the left-hand side, World War II bunker. You used to be able to go in it, to my knowledge, if I remember rightly. But now, it just states there. Oh, you can go in it, can you? Oh, so just please do not climb on the pillbox. Oh yeah, there's some steps leading there. Let's have a little look in here. Obviously built in World War II to defend the island and the local area. Obviously great views out to sea that you would sort of like attack any enemy shipping. But this is very small in here, look at this, yeah. Alright, there we go. Look at it. That's your view. That's what you would have seen if you were here guarding St Michael's Mount during the Second World War. Definitely worse views. Tilly, are you tall enough to look out the window? Yeah, let me pick you up. Okay, right, now. Alright, nice, interesting. Again, another fantastic view there of the castle, backside of the castle.
It's the backside of the castle! Not quite the backside of it.
Okay, kids have gone mad. Right, garden entrance. You can go straight that way if you want to, like, go round the island if you want to avoid the entrance, but the garden entrance to the garden. That's what I'm trying to say. Like a lot of places here, it is quite treacherous, particularly when it's wet. But this is the garden here at St Michael's Mount. I have no idea what species of plants are, so I'm just going to kind of point the camera a little bit. I can't see any information regarding what any of it is, but
dinosaurs don't have any fingers.
But it is nice. That's the view, opposite direction, that pillbox that we were just in, right down there. Obviously the mainland. Mounts Bay. I think that's Cudden Point. And that's where the HMS Warspite originally ran aground. Out off of Prussia Cove. Yeah. It's definitely not for the infirm. There's no way anybody with, you know, any sort of physical disabilities, you know, had to use a wheelchair. There's no way that this would be accessible. Got the plants and all, like, onto the rock. Amazing. Yeah, you'd have to be a reasonable degree of fitness to get up to this part. Again, such a beautiful castle. I might move in, I might buy it. Oh! It's a little wishing well. Oh yeah, don't sit on it. Please do not sit here. And there's some little dates there. 1916, 1966. I don't know what FSLG. What am I missing there? What's that? I don't know. Shelley's shaking her head. We're not 100% sure what that is. It's beautiful views from up here. So here by this wishing well, this is the highest point. No entry up there. That's roped off. So you can't go any higher than this. And now we start to descend. Thank you. Okay, there's like a little walled garden here. So you could, so we come in this direction, you could have gone straight over and skipped this. AJ wanted to come down and have a look. So that's what we're doing. I assume it's just this area and we have to go back up there. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, actually it does lead out. So we actually can then rejoin the sort of island, you know, like the walk around the island. So I think we're going to do that. We won't bother heading back up and doing all that section. The kids, to be honest, are getting a little bit tired. Shelley and the kids are just waiting down there a minute for me to scout out ahead. But you could always walk all the way around, so I assume you still can. Let's find out. You used to walk down there because there's another pillbox. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been here. Maybe we can't walk down that section. Oh, okay, so here we are. No access beyond this point. Interesting, so you could go that way. So that is the other side, the far end of the gardens. We opted to come down short, but this would take you down the garden, so you obviously can't walk all the way around anymore. Alright. Let's head back to Shelley and the kids. Yeah, I mean, I might be wrong, but just serving off of memory, I'm pretty sure like that used to be the main path around, and they used to let you walk that way because you used to walk past the second pillbox. There is a little fence. Yeah, no, you definitely can't go down there. because it's roped off. Private. Okay, there you go. You used to be able to walk down there, but not anymore. Are you thinking ice cream?
Yes, I'm always thinking ice cream.
One of your main food groups?
Yes.
All right.
I think it should be everyone's main food group.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Mint chocolate chip. My favourite. Kiddos? How's the ice cream?
Good.
So you went with
I always
Belgian
have the
chocolate. Belgian, yeah, chocolate.
I only have chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, well, chocolate's a good flavour. Ed, big thumbs up for your vanilla. Mama Bear?
I got a shipwreck.
Shipwreck. Nice. That's
Salted
like
caramel
Yeah.
and honeycomb. Deliciousness.
yeah, all right, nice.
Daddy,
Yeah?
I like all of the flavours.
Yeah, I like most of them. I don't care. Well, I say I don't care for rum and raisin. You know, I've never had it because rum and I mean, what the heck? Okay, ice cream done. We're going to nip into the shop and then head home. Okay, so just at first glance there, it's the usual sort of stuff that you'd expect to find in a National Trust shop. Book there, guidebook. We were probably going to pick one of those up. We'll come back for that in a minute. Bits of like pottery. No doubt quite expensive. Yeah, par for the course for any sort of National Trust shop. Okay, there we go. Fridge magnet and guidebook procured. And now we're gonna, I was gonna say harbour behind me. We're gonna head back along the front now and pick up the causeway, head back to Marazion, the car, home. I think that's it, isn't it? All right, whoa. Look at these rails here. There's some rails that lead out there. Well, they kind of just stop dead there, but got those like little wood things. So obviously these little carts would be led out to this point on the rail from whatever's in there and unload onto boats, I suppose. I assume that's what that would be. A little bit bummed that we couldn't find the footprint of Queen Victoria. We've seen it loads of times before. I couldn't remember if it was on that pier or that pier. We haven't really got time to go back and look for it now, but it's over there somewhere. It's quite interesting to see. She had a very small foot. Okay. Heading onto the other side of Harbour Wall and the causeway. So there we go. Just a few hours ago, all of this was covered up by the sea, and we got the boat over there at Chapel Rock and went into the harbour over there. Gosh, there's a huge stream of people pouring across the causeway, in both ways to be fair. It's very busy. Just stepped away from the causeway just to get that beautiful shot there of St Michael's Mount. We're going to leave the video there. Highly recommend popping over to St Michael's Mount if you're in the area. As I said earlier on, maybe try and avoid a public holiday. Extremely busy today. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell. You all know what to do. Check us out on all of our socials at The Bright Side. So from us to you, cheers and gone.